Hi. So when you're watching a film, whether you know it or not, you are subtly yet strongly influenced by the color tones in the film. I mean, think about it. When you're watching a horror movie, you don't expect to see oranges, reds, and yellows indicating happiness, but instead, you expect to see greens and grays and browns indicating a grimy, gritty feel to the film. What's up guys, my name is Andrew and welcome to my third and final episode in my Anamorphic tutorial series, where today we're going to be going over cinematic color grading. So if you haven't seen it already, I would highly recommend checking out the previous part in this series where I go over color correction, which will lay all the groundwork for the grading we will do in this video. However, right before we start, you should keep in mind that color grading should only be the icing on the cake to an already good image. Just for an example, grading will not improve your composition or correct your exposure, so make sure you really nail the image in camera first before you move on to color grading. But with that being said, you're free to start grading. There are two primary tools to be used in color grading: the three-way color corrector and RGB curves. Now these two tools are typically used independently. However, it really all depends on which form factor you like best. The three-way color corrector uses 3 color wheels as well as sliders to influence color. Each wheel respectively affects the lows, mids, and highs of the image. Therefore, moving the shadow cursor towards blue will add that shade to the shadows of the image. This same logic, of course, applies to the remaining 2 wheels. Likewise, the RGB curves can be used to obtain the same image, with the only difference being the interface itself possessing a much more precise coordinate system as opposed to the more simplistic color wheels. Now you can see that there is one master curve as well as 3 RGB graphs that all share the same principle. You just create a point on the graph and then drag it around to tweak the image. It's pretty simple. Now in terms of what colors to use, generally speaking, gray and blue can be used to obtain a sad look. If you're going for more of a happy tone, you can use reds, oranges, or even yellows. And if you want to go for a disgusting or maybe even fearful look, you can use greens and magentas to illustrate that point. But here's the thing. I can't tell you how to grade your film. So as I wrap up this series, I of course want you to walk away with new knowledge, but I also want to illustrate the point that your film is yours. So as a writer, an editor, and a cinematographer, it's up to you to quite literally call the shots. I mean, sure, I could tell you how to operate the color correction tools, but ultimately, I'm not the one to tell you how to grade your film. And as Simon Cade from DSLR Guide put it, there are no rules in filmmaking. Well, that's all for this video. If you like this content, check out some of my others. Also, if you missed any of the previous parts from this series, you can check the link in the description or the playlist on the screen. But with that, this concludes my Anamorphic tutorial series, and let me know down in the comments below if you'd like to see another series like this. And until next week, my name is Andrew, and thank you for watching.